Okay, at this time, we will be calling this meeting to order, and at this time we'll have our invocation by Miss Lula Jackson.
Mr. Slater,
Yes, ma'am.
we had took a census and asked Miss Jackson if she would do a prayer for us, please.
Okay, I just said that. Do you hear me? I heard y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I heard you all earlier, but y'all couldn't hear me.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm calling. At this time, I call this meeting to order, and we'll ask Miss Jackson to do the invocation, please.
Let us pray. Most gracious Father, we do thank you for this day. Lord God, we thank you for the blessings of this day. We thank you for how you have kept us safely from hurt, harm, and danger. Father God, we ask that you continue to bless this world, even though we are in pandemic times, Lord God. We know that your grace is sufficient to carry us through. Father God, we just ask that you continue to lead and guide us in all things. Help us to make right decisions, Lord God, that benefit the whole and not just the part. Lead and guide us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay. Amen. Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
You're welcome.
At this time, we will have a roll call, starting with Vice Chair Woodburn. Just repeat your name, please.
Jarvis Woodburn.
Nancy Sturdivant.
Lawrence Gatewood.
Okay, we also have present tonight on this call. We have Sheriff Reed, Ms. Lula Jackson, Miss Lula Jackson,
Here.
Dr. Fred Thompson.
Here.
Thank you. Is anyone there that I missed?
Yvonne Burr.
Okay. And we also, okay, and we also have our county manager and our attorney and our clerk here also. Do any board member may have a conflict of interest concerning any agenda item that we will discuss tonight? If not, do I have a motion to approve the agenda by the commissioners?
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and 2 seconds. Commissioner Sturdivant and Commissioner Gatewood. It's hard, y'all. I'm not looking at you, so I can't remember.
I understand.
Okay, okay, do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Do we need to vote on approving the agenda? Got the motion and second, but we didn't vote.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We have a motion and a second. We had so many seconds there, I forgot. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, unanimous. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So
We have a motion and a second by Commissioner Sims, and second by Ms. Sturdivant. Is that correct?
no.
What, Mr. Woodburn, what did you do?
He seconded.
Okay, Dr. Sims, you seconded also?
I'm just telling you, Mr. Woodburn, what to say.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Sturdivant and a second by Commissioner Woodburn. All in favor, let it be known by aye. Opposed? Unanimous. We have no public addresses to the board tonight, so we'll move right along to our appointment. We have one appointment, the library board on page.
I move that Mrs. Springer be approved as presented by the library board. You know, I represent the board on the library, and she is a well-respected former teacher and will be great on the library board.
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Okay, we have a motion by Dr. Sims, second by Commissioner Studevant. All in favor, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. At this time, we will have our manager report.
Good evening, commissioners. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can? Okay. Well, as you know, the COVID-19 has been the biggest piece of the last, I guess, 4 weeks. And as such, the county administration has decided to reduce the number of hours that we are available to the public. We have restricted the public's access to the building. We have also reduced the number of people within the building as well, commiserate with the lack of public coming in. So right now, our current government center hours are full-time hours. However, we are open, we are moving people from 9 to 1 doing work such as bookkeeping in the tax collection office, tax assessor, and the register of deeds. Register of deeds is accepting people through appointment. However, no one is coming through the front of the door. They are being escorted to the back office. But the office building has employees in it from 8:30 to 5 o'clock, excuse me. But we are reducing the number of staff within the building. We also, across the entire organization, have closed the doors to the public in regards to the animal shelter, the library, veteran services, elderly as well, Parks and Rec is also closed to the public as far as programming. DSS, Health Department, and ACTS are still open but reducing their services to the respective departments, to their respective clients. DSS has implemented a telework program in which they have a chunk of their employees working from home. There's also, when people can't schedule appointments or when they're coming into DSS, they are being secluded. They're not going to their whole building, but only to one spot to conduct their interviews. And then we're trying to get them in and out as quickly as possible. Public Health has closed the doors to all but appointments, if I remember correctly, and ACTS are also doing appointment-based transfers or transportation. We can't close the entire organization, but we're trying to meet the level of need with appropriate safety for our employees and for the public. And also we're putting into place good hand hygiene, such as washing your hands. We're forcing people to wash their hands if they're sick, to go home, not to come out. Avoid touching your mouth or eyes or anything that will allow the virus to get inside. And practicing social distancing, trying to keep everyone away from one another as best as possible. So that's what I have for the COVID-19 response. We are currently under a state of emergency. We will maintain that for the duration of the time that the governor has issued his stay-at-home order. And if we need to, because Anson County might need to stay extra, we have the authority. We will come back to the Board of Commissioners and ask for an extension of that order locally. However, right now, we are paralleling everything that the state does in regards to their instructions. We're following their executive orders to a T. So that's where we are right now for our COVID response. That's it. That's all I have. Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner, Mr. Manager. I have no report tonight. I'm just asking everyone to stay safe. And at this time, do we have any commissioners' concern, petition, announcement, or comments?
Question.
Okay, go ahead, Commissioner Studevant.
This is for Missy Garner, either Dr. Thompson. The gentleman that was picked up this morning, with the virus, was he taken to our hospital or out of the county?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
What?
Mr. Chairman, I've got some items to mention whenever everybody gets finished.
Okay, any more questions, Mr. Commissioner Stedman?
Ms. Jackson, I was called today and said that 2 ladies at DSS has the symptoms. Is that true?
Not to my knowledge. I have not been informed that anyone has symptoms. We do have, staff that are rotating in and out, so I don't know if the thought is that because they're rotating in and out that they have symptoms, but I don't have any information in reference to that.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir, Mr. Attorney.
I am, with all due respect to the concerns of the public, I am concerned with a HIPAA authorization of discussing people's medical issues here in a public forum like this. I believe this would be better. I believe it would be better suited for the agencies in charge to disclose information that they can. I don't want to see anyone get in trouble for violation of HIPAA authorizations. I am concerned about that.
Ms. Stedman, do you have anything else?
No, I just want to thank Sheriff Reed, his lieutenant, Scott Howe, reached out to me this morning, and he asked if I needed groceries, but in return, I told him about some of my elderly that shut in, and as I sit here, I've got text messages from him. Scott took a list from me, and he delivered that food to him and paid for it out of his pocket. And I just wanted to tell the sheriff, because I'm going to reach out to Scott to thank him, but I thank you for what they're doing.
Thank you, Ms. Sturman. I'll let Chief Howell know that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Woodburn? I'm sorry.
It might also be an opportunity for the above and beyond recognition that the manager does too.
Oh, God, yes, yes. Because he would not take one dime from me. He told me to call each one of them and find out what their list was. And Scott Howe did that. In between going on calls and everything.
Okay, we want to thank Scott for the work he's doing and how he helping the senior citizens in this county. Commissioner Woodburn.
Okay, first thing I want to mention, and I've actually already talked to Sheriff Reed, and he's going to take care of it, but just along the same lines of the executive order that the governor has out as far as gathering of, I think, more than 10 people, and the other second part of this, if it came from a citizen, there's also loud music parties going on that's disturbing the community, so the sheriff has indicated that he will take care of that.
Okay.
Also, just a point of information, hopefully the manager and Mr. Garner can run some information on this. Just thinking about the situation that we had past week trying to get the package out. If we were using electronic voting packages, we would not have to go through that. First of all, the clerk or either the sheriff's deputy got to down to get the packages to us. She's got to put them together prior to that, and this stuff, the software is relatively inexpensive and just need a laptop or an iPad to access. So I'd like to make another bill for get some numbers in place so we can look at whether or not it makes sense to do this. I say it makes sense to do it.
Do you have any idea what it would cost, Commissioner Woodburn?
I'm thinking the software is like $3,000 to $5,000. A laptop now, if that's what people want, you can get a laptop for $1,000, $1,500, maybe less than that, depending on how much you want to get on it. And if we get those laptops, the clerk would be in charge of them. They would be in her office, or they would be at each commission. You get your laptop and you take it home and you're responsible for it. And hopefully nobody will come off and leave it at home. But might want to have one in case somebody did.
Chairman.
But I think, when you look at the current situation and what I'm understanding, none of the medical authorities right now at this point have a good feeling that it's not going to come back. So we may find ourselves in this situation again.
That's right.
So,
Chairman
I'm
Streeter.
thinking we need to take a real serious look at electronic vote packages. And, we're doing it at the college. It's really simple. the software providers to come in and provide training for, Ms. Cannon would be the administrator. She would oversee it just like she does the packages. And another thing, she could either send an email or just, we would just automatically know that the package has been uploaded by Friday, because the packages we get now always ready by Friday. We go online and check. We could print as much or as little of the information we want. Basically, we could follow along the whole meeting on the laptop or the iPad. And you will basically be the administrator, the overseer, and you know, it's really simple and easy to do. So I'd like to see County Manager Mr. Garner do some legwork on that and come back with an estimate of what it would take to do it. Because in this particular situation, nobody's exposed. It's online, it's all electronic, so nobody's got to track anybody down or come in contact with anybody to get packages.
Okay, we do that at Sand Hill also, but our clerk have a comment.
Chairman Streeter, we did run some numbers during the budget process, and Chris Johnson is here. I'm gonna let him speak on that a little bit. The numbers that we came up with was, I believe, from $8,000 to $11,500. And man, I hate to put him on the spot, but what all that includes?
You might need to get closer to the speaker.
Yeah, this is Chris Jobson, and I did do some research on the different types of devices, and like Denise said, they do range from $8,000 to $12,500 for a laptop, computers, or tablets for everybody. So there are different options and different configurations that we can look at depending on what kind of software that we would want to have on them. But I did do some research. Don't have the notes with me, but I do have some research that I've given to Denise, and we're glad to go into more detail.
Okay, would the public be able to go in and put the agenda also?
They can do that now.
They can do that
They
now,
actually
okay.
can do it from the website now.
That is correct. We do have, on our new website, they can go and view the agenda.
The public to have access to the information they have now. Anything that's restricted, Ms. Cannon would put restrictions on it, and nobody can get to it. And not even the board members would be elected to do that. So there's quite a bit of level of security with it, depending on how you put it together.
I'll be more than happy to get something together with Chris and send it out to everyone.
Okay, they're gonna look at it and get it back to each commissioner, and if you all feel like we can afford it and can go with it, we'll have the manager put it in the budget if he can find the money. He's smiling.
Yeah. And the other thing I thought about, like myself, I don't know who else would be in this situation now, but I've got a laptop and an iPad, so I don't know that I would actually need one. Of course, I guess you might want to get the same for everybody, but I think you can look at it. If you got an up-to-date laptop or an iPad, all you have to do is put the software on it.
Okay. Dr. Sims and Commissioner Gatewood, how do you all feel about it? And Commissioner Sturdivant?
I think it's an excellent idea. This is
I'm
our
glad to lead the way, be all right with me.
Okay, Commissioner Sturdivant, I don't think I heard you. Commissioner Sturdivant? She here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't hear anything from you. How you feel about it?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Once again, thank you for the support. The last thing I've got is, I don't know how many, and I don't think the whole board got it, so I will forward it to everybody. The citizens that sent an email that got some concerns about the county's response to COVID-19. I'll forward that to everybody, including the manager and the clerk, and then you all can take a look. The manager and Dr. Thompson can take a look at if anything needs to be done.
Okay.
As far as this individual, as far as him needing a response or anything like that.
Okay.
Mr. Woodburn, can you share with us the source of the concern?
Okay, it came from an email from, I'm on the cell phone, so I can't look at it right now, but it was an email from Mr. Franklin Jones, and it's entitled Health of Our Communities. And he thinks that the seriousness has been being played down by the, well, he specifically names the health department, but not there. That's just his thinking. So my line of thinking is maybe somebody in authority, county manager and the health director would they can put together a response. I know we got some stuff in place that we're doing. And I'm not sure.
How would an individual, as a separate individual, know whether or not the health department was playing it down, playing it up, or playing it even? How would that person have knowledge to say that?
Lack of knowledge, and if he was looking at the meeting on YouTube, he may have misinterpreted some of the things that was being said. That's all what I can think. I was thinking the same thing, so I don't know. That's why I'm gonna let you all look at it and let the manager and the health director decide. And it may be something just not really how can I say it? I'll let them look at it and decide what he's done for the response.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. Let the manager and Dr. Thompson look at that. Any other commissioner concerns?
This is Lawrence Gatewood. I was on the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services website this morning, and it noted that Anson County now has six confirmed cases of COVID-19. I was wondering if Dr. Thompson could give us just a synopsis of who those people are and how they're doing. And I don't need names, but age, sex, what part of the county they're from, if you want to share that information.
This is Fred Thompson, the health director. We are not permitted to disclose the zip code of where the individuals live. It's restricted to the county level. We have a total of 7 cases. We had another positive come back this afternoon. Of those 7, 3 have recovered and have been released from quarantine. The other 4 are being quarantined and monitored. And of those 4 that are being monitored, 1 is what we call community spread, where the individual does not know where they came in contact with the virus. The other 3 all know how they contacted the virus, and we have done what they call contact tracing. And so, for example, one of the ones that individuals that have it are only close contacts is her husband, and they're both in quarantine at this time. And there are specific guidelines for how long they will be in quarantine, and we check in with them every day, etc. So at this time, we have a total of 7 cases, 4 are active, being monitored, 3 have recovered. Does that answer your question, Mr.
Yes,
Gator?
sir, it does. Yes, sir, it does. Thank you very much.
Sounds like you have a good knowledge there, Dr. Thompson. Sounds like doing exactly what you should be doing.
Okay, thank you.
We have as you know, an experienced communicable disease nurse, a very experienced nursing supervisor, and very experienced emergency preparedness coordinator. I want to remind everybody that we update the health department's Facebook page daily. We updated it this afternoon with information about the 7th case, and reiterating what's on the Facebook page. Once you have a community spread case, meaning that individual doesn't know how they got the virus, it's really important that our citizens treat everybody as being potentially infectious, because you just don't know. And follow the hygiene steps that are listed, the hand washing, etc., that are listed on the Facebook page. We update it every day.
Dr. Thompson, on that Facebook page, is I guess the various thing, I don't know whether that will be the proper place or not, but I'm just wondering, because I'm looking at the county's website, and I know there's a link to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, but is there anywhere that we can put county-specific information as to the actions that are being taken, the actions to the things that are in place? So if somebody's got some concerns or wants to know what's actually being done here in Hampton County, they could look at that. I'm just thinking back on the email that I was telling you about.
Great idea.
We can put that,
Go ahead, Yvonne.
We can put that on the health department website and stuff now, just for the ones that don't have access to Facebook.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, what I'm thinking is, sometimes, you know, people, when they go to just what I call, like, North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, that's more or less
I can look it up.
this is not a good term for generic website, because that's for the whole state. And I think people would prefer to see what is Hampton County doing, because that's where we live and they know who's responsible for taking care of it. So anything along that line specific to the county, I think would be a benefit.
I just asked
I
it.
agree, that's what we were saying.
I just asked the question how you become a friend where you can see the health department page, and I think Attorney Scott, what do you?
I believe you press like. If you can like the page, I believe you will start following that page.
Yes, that's correct and stuff now. And then too, like I say though, some people are not on Facebook, so I can start, I'll get with Chris and stuff now and see about getting some of the stuff put on to the, health department website, and maybe even with Chris to put it on the county website.
And make the public aware that it's there, so they can go in and look at their leisure. I don't know if there's something put in the newspaper where we put it, but just something so the public knows that there is information specific to Hampton County, say the health department in the county website.
Okay, if the health department would get with Chris and they can find out how we can do this, Denise will let Express know, because that Express go to every household in the county.
There you go.
I'm sure, I don't think there'll be any cost to that announcement. Maybe we can get it on the front page in color or something. Any other commissioner? Sheriff, you have anything?
I'd just like to go back to what Commissioner Woodburn had spoke about earlier. Anytime you have a large gathering, just call the sheriff's office. We have taken care of that. I sent Lieutenant Little down to talk to that guy, and I actually talked on the phone also. And I warned him that we're gonna, if we catch him again, we're gonna come and charge him with the gathering statute that the governor put out. But we're also gonna send a deputy to patrol that area tonight, just to look and see if he's gonna do what he told me he was gonna do. But any gathering, just let us know. And we probably had a handful of calls, and we went and answered all of them, and the people peacefully broke up and went about the way. We hadn't had no problems with anybody so far.
I know we had a basketball game on Salisbury Street yesterday, and at the store in Morgan there was about 30 people gathered on Sunday afternoon.
Okay, well, if you see it or anybody see it, just call myself or Major Watkins in Morgan, and we'll go talk to them. Like I say, most of them are peacefully walking away whenever we're talking to them, and that's what we want.
Okay.
Billy,
Thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it for what I told you about. Like I said, the other piece of that is twofold, is that it allows you to serve.
Yeah, we talked to him about that, and we also expect there's other activities going on, and we talked to him about that too. And he promised me on the phone that he would cut it out, and I told him if he didn't, I told him exactly what would happen if he didn't, so hopefully he will.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir, thank
Well,
you.
Ted Reed, what do you do when you have, ministers calling and saying they still want to have church Sunday? They had church this Sunday. What do you do? What do you?
Well, they're under the, they can only have 10 10 or less members there, and they have to use the social distancing also whenever they're at church. But they can have church as long as they have the 10 or less there.
Maybe we need to let the people in the county know that, because I don't think they are doing that.
Well, they could have, you know, one thing they could do is they could have like a service at 9 with 10, a service at 10 o'clock with 10, a service at 11 o'clock with 10, a service at 12 o'clock with 10.
Commissioner Street, I think when we first started this, most of them were trying to have church, but probably a high percentage of them have decided not to have church, and they're on Facebook Live and doing certain things like that. Some of them even had drive-up churches, which is legal as long as they don't get out of the car and they're doing the social distancing thing. But it is legal to have a drive-up church according to the governor.
Okay.
I think the sheriff is right. I think it's spreading. I believe most churches have to shut down.
Yes, sir.
They can't meet the 10. They can't meet the 10 people guideline.
I think you're right. I said the other little suspiciously, I am a strong Christian and Easter is such a special time, but I don't think the good Lord wishes us to, I don't think he wants to lose a single Christian. I'll put it that way.
Amen to that.
Miss Jackson, you have anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, then any?
Chairman Streeter, I have one other item, if that's okay.
Okay, yes, sir. Go right ahead.
I received a report from our HR department this week that there's been 2 promotions in the utilities department. Gary Garrison promoted to director of the wastewater treatment plant, and Ms. Amy Dawkins, he's been promoted to the filtration plant director, or superintendent. So both are very well qualified, and I just want to applaud Mike Sessions, our utilities director, and the county manager for making wise decisions.
Okay. Thank you, and we want to welcome them into the new job. If anything else?
And with that, we also have 3 retirements, I've been told, that were effective March 31st, last week. Ms. Sylvia Jeter from the wastewater treatment plant with 37 years of service. Leon Gatewood, wastewater treatment plant, 33 years of service. And Daniel Gatewood, the former filtration plant director with 30 years of service. So close to 100 years of service left us as of March 31st.
Well, I hate to lose all that experience, but we certainly are grateful for their service, wishing the very best.
Very definitely does.
Yes, I totally agree.
Served this county extremely well.
Yes. Mr. Manager.
That's all I have.
Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn? We have a motion? We have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner, which one was it?
It was Sims that made a motion.
Dr. Sims, and I seconded, and Ms. Sturtevant seconded.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Sims made the motion, Commissioner Woodburn and Commissioner Sturtevant seconded. All in favor, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Stay safe.
Very good meeting.
Thank you.
Very well. Good service.